difficulties, but we're here, we're live, we're doing it.
We're doing it live.
We are doing it live.
Hi, Internet.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Internet.
Hey. We missed you all. Are we all good to go?
Sean is still emphatically talking to no one.
Yeah, who is she talking to over there?
John's a mad lad.
Aggressive about his fucking self-talk.
Sean,
Look,
we're on the
here's
internet.
the thing.
It's
Yes,
how
I
he
know.
primes.
I'm trying to fucking keep up. You guys try having two live things going and having
It's how he-
fucking peanut gallery in your
Yeah,
ears.
yeah.
Most
Everybody wants
a
a piece
hard,
of
Have
a
fun.
We're the
hard
peanut
time.
gallery in
It's
his
tough
ear.
for Sean.
fucking text-based
Oh,
medium
Sean.
and maintain look,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
World's smallest violin.
Love your
is
lamps.
playing
Tune into our shit later.
I'm really sad about how bad this mac and cheese is. Usually I'm really good at making mac and cheese.
for- Devastating. Devastating.
Oh my god, I'm
Guys,
so glad
should
to just
we-
be talking to you guys now. Wow.
Wow.
Whoa, but you love
Whoa.
talking to the our followers, right?
Yeah, no, I love
Yes.
talking to
course.
any person individually or any group of people. So I love talking to one camera at a time. Two, too many.
Two
Two
cameras
is
is too
too much.
much.
Talking to, being observed by multiple cameras, not a problem. But talking directly to two cameras, hard. My eye, like, if I can crisscross and maybe catch one here and one there, but like,
You gotta
fuck,
be
I'm
like
gonna.
camera one.
My
Do we-
tea
camera
is
two.
too hot to drink. I would calm myself down by drinking tea, but I can't.
Do we want to start off with answering some questions?
Yeah, I
Cheers
got some
before we jump
questions,
in.
babies.
Let's do it.
I have a few from Instagram. I have from @LoriGrowan. Where do you guys know each other?
Should we tell the story of how we started
Tell
this
the
music thing?
story?
Many years ago.
Many years ago. So on New Year's Eve, 2017, 2018, yeah, we invited Tim and I invited a bunch of friends over for a New Year's Eve dinner potluck thing to play D&D. It was Tim's first time DMing that evening, and we played D&D, and it was super, super fun. And then we all messaged like a couple days later, and we're like, when can we do that again? But I think we all know each other from friends. I've known Jen forever. I mean, Tim and I are married, so there's that.
Surprise.
Surprise!
You guys are married. How did I
We're in the
not
same
know
house.
It's so beautiful.
Have you been tricking us this whole time?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I can tell you that at least 4 people are deeply disappointed in both of those results.
Boom.
Dang.
Why? Never mind.
Yeah, Yanis says M is married to Clack. Jealous.
Yeah, dude.
And like,
Yeah,
it's great, man.
yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm in a relationship with the OG Clack, so
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
fun. Yeah, clack fact. Y'all want a
Clack
clack
fact.
fact?
Clack
Clack
fact.
fact.
Clack
Clack
fact.
fact.
Clack was born out of they were in the elemental plane of Earth, and Kokanee had been transported back without them because of somebody's actions.
Adam
What?
Lucas.
Fitted.
What?
And
What?
we still wanted to include him in the session that night. So I had him roll up a Petch sorcerer, giant soul sorcerer, who we named Clack. And that character decided to leave with them and become Letters' sidekick. But as he left the elemental plane of Earth, he lost all of his powers because it was tied. His
He
sorcery
was a
tied
level
to
9
him.
sorcerer.
Yeah, and now he's just
Guys, were we
A
level
patch.
9 at some point?
Yeah. I thought like my Clack accent was like pretty good. Obviously Tim's is like way better, but also I can't come close to doing it now. It took me like 3 hours of practice, and then
Was it-
like the whole ride over I was like, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it.
Also, a fun Tim fact is that Tim can do our characters' voices better than we can do our characters' voices. It's
True.
It's just actual fact.
One of my favorite characters on the stream is who I call Timnin, which is when Adam can't show up and Tim just plays Finnan, and it's the fucking best. If we should
funny.
ever be so lucky as to have Adam be like not available for the night, then we get Timnin, and he's my favorite part of this game.
I'm wounded.
We razz the
Next.
crap out of him and throw him under the bus. Next question.
Next question from, I might say this name wrong, @Marta C. Mallow 13.
how long have you each been playing, and what's your favorite thing about the game? I imagine that's maybe for our game, but we kind of already answered that question, so maybe just answer how long you've been playing D&D. For me, it's as long as our game's been running. And I love all of y'all. That's my favorite part of the game.
Who's next?
Aw.
You are, Emma.
Okay. I've been playing D&D since April of 2016. Yeah. Adam was actually the first person to DM, and Tim and I played in a campaign with him and a couple of other of our lovely friends.
Adam is an amazing DM in his own right.
So, yes. So good. Favorite thing about this game is just like I'm just like so enraptured with the story. I think about it all the time. It's great. I love it so much, and I also fucking love all of you. You're the best. So yeah, that's my favorite thing.
I've been playing D&D. I was playing D&D for probably like a year and a half before we started playing. So I've been playing almost for 5 years, which is like
Whoa.
pretty scary. I haven't been doing a lot of things for almost 5 years yet. But this was the first like long-term campaign we played. And most of my games before this were like super murder hobo, like exploit the stats of the games. This was the first like full role-playing game I've played. And I think that's probably my favorite thing about this game is just like, we're like a lot more worried about the story and like character and like doing everything like justice and like all of that than like how much damage I can do in a turn, unless it's 69 and Callie's killing somebody.
Yeah, because nice.
That's always the best.
I've been playing for, I want to say like 7 years now. I don't have
Good
the
flex.
memory of Emma, who can tell you the very day that she started. I think 7 years. I've been player, I've been GM. I enjoy both sides of it equally. I think my favorite part of the game is kind of like discovering things about you through various characters and like catharsis, because you'll be like, why am I mad about this as the character? And then you're like, oh, because of this like actual reason. And it just like, you can really just explore your own shit and like emotions and good or bad through the character. And it's a really safe place.
Oh, well, I've been playing for I think 13 years. Yeah, dude,
Big
it's
flex.
and it's
Nerd.
the fucking. I've been.
BB Depter.
I started playing when
Ooh,
fucking Penny Arcade started doing Acquisitions Incorporated, because they're like,
Nice.
oh, let's try out 4th edition. And
That's
I listened to the
amazing.
podcast and I was like, let's do this. So me and my older brother were like, oh, we should try this. Do we know anyone who's a DM? And turns out like my best friend at the time, his dad played like 2nd edition back in the 80s or whatever. And so it was like a bunch of little high schoolers gathered around John, who was this grown-ass man, and like taking us through a dungeon, and it was delightful. And what I fucking love about D&D, what I love about D&D, you're asking me? Here's what I fucking love about D&D. D&D is one of like the few places where like I have been able to surprise myself, because we're playing these characters and the characters are always you, but they're also not. And if you fucking commit to a fucking character and like are there and something happens that affects them, then like you have been in control of this character up until that point, and then suddenly the character does something, you have done something that you didn't expect, and you're like, oh, where did that come from? And I don't know, like creative fucking joint consciousness or some shit. It's wild. It's better than fucking sex and drugs and everything else. It's awesome.
Amazing.
I'll go.
Leno. Oh yeah, okay.
Len's eating. When Len's done, I'll go. So similar to Emma, it was April 2016, as of course I remember as well, honestly. And the thing that I love about D&D, especially going from a player to becoming a DM, was a bit of a daunting task, but as I kind of jumped into it, I really grew to love it and realized like this is what I love to do, and just creating this sort of beautiful playground and just kind of giving all of the players just all of these sort of offers that they pick up and run with, and watching them just run with whatever I give them and make it their own, and then using what they've made to also influence what I'm making. This sort of joint creation is really, really fun, and kind of group improvisation in a way. I love it.
Shout out to the Pocket Viking for being our first official subscriber.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Which we will touch on in a second.
Len, what do you love about D&D? And how long have you been playing?
I have been playing for shorter than this campaign has been going.
Oh yeah.
Because I joined the camp just like after the campaign had started, and then I like hanging out with my friends and playing like a really fun game that we're also passionate about. That's what I like.
Nice.
Amazing. Do we have time for one more question?
Maybe just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more question.
I have a lore specific one from @Mikael_Berdal. So is it Tharizdun that the Raven Queen wants vengeance against? I think I missed that part. They're wondering.
Well, I guess I can answer this somewhat. The truth is the players don't fully know yet. The Raven Queen was betrayed by one of her own priestesses at the end of the Dawn War. I've taken some events that exist in sort of D&D canon and made them my own. And so in my universe, the Dawn War happened. It was a war between the primordial titans and the gods. And near the end of the war, there was a large siege at the Raven Queen's city of Manta. That was kind of her like vassal city where people worshipped her the most. And it was under siege. She manifested in a physical form. And when that happened, one of her own priestesses stabbed her in the back with some kind of dagger that appeared to be, it did have kind of yellow runes that were very evocative of Tharizdun. But we're not exactly sure yet if it was just Tharizdun or if there are other entities that she is seeking vengeance against. So it is still kind of an open question.
And from a player standpoint, we learned some of this in a session that happened literally the session before we started streaming in one of the rooms dedicated to Pelor in the Temple of the Raven Queen. We watched the scene where the Raven Queen was killed by one of her high priestesses, Nephthystiket's older sister, Asilis, which was heavy and beautiful. It was a beautiful scene, Tim. Like that whole temple was just like, ugh. It was very good.
Yeah, they had gone through a tomb of the Raven Queen where she was interred, and there was they passed through a number of rooms that were all dedicated to each of the gods in the Dawn War pantheon. That's kind of what I've based the pantheon in this world on. So, yeah, if you look up the Dawn War pantheon, that's basically all the gods except for the Raven Queen's dead, but not anymore. And Nephthyseket, who is a creation of M, and I kind of worked together to create it. She did most of the work. And then I've just incorporated it into the world.
Guys, I love lore. I love lore.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, Emma, you love
Emma,
lore?
Emma,
Yeah.
I just want to be clear that you love lore.
I love lore.
I've known you
That shit for breakfast.
I've known you for years. I did not know this.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for those questions. And if you guys have any more questions, put them up in the chat and our mods will keep a track on them, and maybe we'll have a little bit of time to answer them at the end of the game for anyone who wants to stick around. But I know we have some announcements.
I saw one that's really quick to answer. Someone asked, "Is it Lamp Appreciation Day?" And it's always Lamp Appreciation Day.
Every day is lamp. Let me take this one.
Every day is Lamp.
Every day
sorry,
is Lamp
Sean,
Appreciation Day. If you don't take an interest in the lighting of your personal lighting in your own space, I mean, like, look, we're all in quarantine. You got to find ways to practice self-care. Like, just because no one's looking at you doesn't mean you can't look fabulous.
If your lamp ain't right, your life ain't right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Especially
that is the unofficial slogan of BlackwaterDnD.
So moving on from that little bit of wisdom, because that is wisdom, we got a couple of really exciting announcements. Some of you may have already noticed, but we are now Twitch affiliates, which means that we are you are able to subscribe to us, which is really cool. And if you want to do that, that's awesome. First off, for anyone with Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, I've been told I'm just going to stop. And then
here's the good news. If we get enough subscribers, then we can get Adam a camera that'll just keep him in focus the whole stream.
Yeah, Matt has told me to download a thing that I've just ignored him about for many a day, and it's on me. Let's be fair.
Honestly, it helped me. I downloaded it just before the stream tonight.
But if you have Amazon Prime, or you can subscribe to us for free, no charge, and that's really awesome. That goes a really long way to support us. We also want to say we're not going to really put any content behind a paywall, because we want you guys to enjoy everything that we have to offer. You shouldn't feel like you have to pay to enjoy what we're doing. So we want to make sure you guys know that. And we want you guys to know that your support is what keeps this all going. Even if you share it, follow us, any of those things, tell your dad.
Especially
tell your dad. You really need to tell your dad. He needs to know. He needs to know.
Your dad watching our D&D.
I want a lot more dads watching.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dad, just tell someone else.
Tell somebody's dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just tell people's dads.
Become someone's dad. No.
Well, depends on where you are in your life. If you're ready for that commitment, because it's work. People can tell you it's work.
Work.
But yeah, it's a huge help. Even if you share it, even if you're like, hey, this is a cool thing that I watch and listen to, come see it as well. That's a huge help. I think that's one of two announcements. Am I correct? Do we have any other than?
Can we talk about the new emote? Maybe.
Right. Yes, we have a new emote in chat. I don't know if it is working. We don't know.
It got approved. I got an email that it got approved.
Oh, it got approved. So chat, if you go into your thingy, if you're a subscriber, you can. Someone just posted it. It's a sexy little Tim. Ooh, I like it. It's good, and it's very it looks. We weren't sure if it would come out very well, but it did, and I'm happy.
It's a pretty handsome Tim.
Well.
So yeah, if you subscribe, you get an emote. I don't think that's content, because I did just specifically say we've got no content behind a paywall. This isn't content. It's just like a little bit of garnish. You get a little bit of pepper for your meal when you pay. But is that before I go any further, because I'm deeply excited about this next announcement.
I think it's time.
All right, so a couple of us have been working really, really hard on this thing, and all of us have been working really hard on this thing because we all did a part, but it's really exciting. And I don't even know how to announce it. I'm so excited about it.
Let it speak for itself.
I think I'm going to let it speak for itself. We're going to mute ourselves for 2 seconds. So welcome everyone to Blackwater D&D, and enjoy. Ba-da-da-doom, ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
Glorious.
Oh, wow. Emma, you're muted.
Yes.
So good.
Amazing.
A huge shout out to one of our producers, Cody, who helped edit that together.
Incredible.
Is it possible, Jen, to just post that to the Instagram right now? Because I would want to watch it immediately right now.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Good. So that's gonna go up on our Instagram. So make sure to go to our Instagram and follow us there. But guys, we have an official title screen. That's exciting.
Not to mention a fucking jingle. Oh, but okay, let me just fucking jump in here, because that whole jingle, everything you hear is just Adam doing different voices. Adam has the sound of a baby angel.
Adam.
He sang it 15 different times. He beatboxed and he wrote it all. So good.
Adam,
we love you.
Yeah, so we'll post it on Instagram, and then you guys can show your dads.
Show your dads.
If I was you, I'd show your
parental
dad right
figure.
now.
Any parental figure.
Show your mom.
Yeah, that too.
Kiss your dad square on the lips.
Guys, should we play some fucking Dungeons and Dragons?
Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons.
All right.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So, in case you missed last week, after receiving some foreboding news and word of a recent skirmish from Temple Felinis, Blackwater left Captain Shade and the crew of the Nightshade to travel back to Temple Felinis by way of the elemental plane of air. After a brief rest, they made their way to the temple, nestled in an oasis in the burning sprawled desert. A heartfelt reunion with Mother Hadae, the Mother Superior of the temple, Oftish, the appointed hand, and Velvari, the knowledge keeper, was put on hold as a sandstorm blew through that evening, bringing with it a great horned owl demon and his minions. After a skirmish on the rooftop of the temple, it was discovered that Mother Hadae had been killed during the fight by a mysterious tiefling who, by Oftish's account, disappeared into the sandstorm itself. An attempt was made to bring Hadae back to life, but her spirit resisted, instead accepting her fate to rest with her goddess. And that's where we left it last week. We will pick up there.
Neppy at this point is just like holding Oftish's hand and just like she's just weeping. You just hear this like guttural sob come out of her. You've never seen her cry like that, and she's just weeping, like covered in. She's on her knees in the sand of the Yastari, the sacred grove, ash and sand covering her robes. She's just weeping.
Kokini would walk over and kneel down right beside her and just put his arm around her on her shoulder.
She would tuck in. Yeah.
Oftish kind of standing just over you. She didn't want to come back, did she?
No, she did not.
I should have known.
It's all right.
No.
It's all right. It's what she would have wanted. Oftish, we have to seal the temple now.
Yes.
Send acolytes to seal the temple. Nobody comes in or out.
Of course.
Send everyone to their chambers. The refugees, where are they staying?
Most of them are in cots in the courtyard, but we can assign them quarters.
No, keep them in there. Keep them all together. I need to walk through. Somebody... This person who did this. What? You said it was a woman. What did she look like?
She was a tiefling. I think her skin was a pale gray, large, almost ram-like horns. She had dark robes, maybe gold trim. I don't know. I didn't spend too long looking at her.
No.
I saw Hadae.
Had you seen her before?
No, never. I didn't recognize her.
Because Oftish, if she could walk into this grove and have nothing happen to her, she is from here.
What?
You know how this grove is. You cannot, if you are Ajnabi or Jameta, you cannot simply just walk into this. It will hurt you. She must be from here.
Okay, I'll
seal everyone in their rooms now.
Yeah. Okay. And she kind of turns and backs up and walks out. And you can see she's met by two priestesses just as she leaves and kind of begins to usher everyone into their chambers.
Oftish.
Yes.
It will be all right.
Of course.
Can I mosey over to Clack?
Yeah.
Hey, Clack, buddy.
Yeah.
You were watching the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see this gray tiefling run by or anything?
No. When we were there, it was the sand kind of kicked up through the courtyard, but I didn't see anything. It might have been. I don't know. I was keeping kind of focused on the main entrance. So.
Yeah. All right. Just checking.
I'm sorry. I should have seen that. I let Neppy down. Oh. I'm gonna go just take a walk, I guess. You can see Clack kind of looks down and
Here, just don't go too far, all right?
yeah. I'll be in the courtyard.
Okay.
Kind of wanders off.
Kokini, we can't just leave her here. Will you help me?
Yeah.
Lift her? Yes. All right.
Yeah, where do you want to take her?
We will take her into the preparation room. It's what she would have wanted. So we lift her and we take her to the room so that she can be prepared for burial.
All right.
I'm going to cast Gentle Repose on her so that she cannot be turned undead.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a moment before we leave. Can I use my Eyes of the Grave? Anything within 60 feet? Undead?
No, you don't sense any undead within 60 feet.
Okay. So we would take her to the preparation room where the summit are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you're sort of approaching, you see Felvari kind of approach you and just look over the body. She kind of falls to her knees.
I'm sorry, Felvari.
It's all right. It will just take time.
Yes. And we have nothing but time.
Of course. You can see her. She's just kind of sitting, just weeping.
I would walk with Hadae, with Kokini, into the kind of preparation room and lay her on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we started preparing Torin?
Yes.
Do you remember that I started and then I let you take over?
Yeah.
Will you help me?
Absolutely.
Please. Okay.
Just show me what to do.
Okay. So we would spend probably the next hour or so preparing her body in the traditional ways for in preparation for cremation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the Summit come in as well and aid you with preparation as is customary. And you kind of lay the body out. You prepare it in the traditional way. And it takes you about an hour and a half. You're kind of moving slowly and methodically.
I would turn to the Summit. Give her the same rights as everyone else. It's what she would have wanted.
You see the Summit just kind of bows their head.
If she has any requests when you speak to her, you will let me know immediately.
She kind of nods her head.
Good. Thank you.
She turns, kind of ushers you out of the chamber with Kokini, kind of closes the door behind you. Some time goes by, and the Summit once again comes out of the chamber after the ritual's been done. She's spoken with the dead. She steps out.
Kokini,
Yes.
I would look to the Summit. I know that it is not traditional for you to speak to anybody but myself or the Mother Superior, but these are desperate times. You can speak freely.
You see kind of like confusion pass over her eyes as her eyes flick over to Kokini. Like you can see she's sort of uncomfortable with the idea.
I would take her hands We are all in this together. He will understand.
She nods. She wishes Haftish to take her place. She wishes you happiness in your pursuits, in all things, including love. So you can tell her voice is quite hoarse as she's very much used to not ever speaking. Comes across as just barely a whisper. She kind of nods her head.
Thank you.
She turns to return to the body and get it ready for the funeral preparations that will take place likely later this evening.
I would look over to Kokanee. I told you she'd know. I wish you'd have gotten to get to know.
I think that if she was anything like you, I would have liked her very much.
Yes. Probably more than I know. There will be time for grieving and everything else at the funeral this evening. We must now. There is work. We need to interview the refugees and the priestesses and acolytes. It is someone who has been in this temple. I will need to speak to Valvari if she is able to.
Is this something that you'd like just you and I to do, or shall we ask our friends?
I think we should ask everyone. Give them a series of questions, and they can go around asking people and anybody who seems of interest
Just
can
to
speak with
clarify,
me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Just to clarify, at this point, are the rest of us aware that this has happened, Tim?
Yeah, you would have heard because it was like there was yelling from the courtyard, kind of preceding the fight. So you would have seen Nepenthe go.
Okay.
Yeah, you would be somewhat aware at this point that Hadae had been killed.
So
And
the mood wouldn't be like celebratory because we won. It would be quite somber at the moment.
Mm-hmm. There was kind of that brief moment, and then the news hit.
Okay.
And you would also know that was my mistake, but it is still the same evening. So it is it's later. The attack happened at about dusk. So it's probably about 8 or 9 at the moment.
Okay. Does everybody else think it's fair to say that we, while all of this was going on, we just kept the refugees put, you know what I mean? Like keep them watch, making sure no one's ditching.
Can I cast message super quick? And I'm just going to message letters and just say, can you and the others talk to the refugees and see if they saw anybody that matches the description coming or going, or find out how she got in here?
You got it.
And then I'm going to message Finnan, and I'm going to say, Finnan, can you go ask the priestesses if they saw anything? And then that'll be... Thank you.
No, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, no, I was just going to relay that. Callie, Yana, we got to... what do you call it? I forget the word. We got to talk to the refugees about gray ram-horned tiefling ladies and their comings and goings. Yeah, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy we're looking for. Okay, let's go do that.
Yeah.
You kind of head over to the refugees, and you can see there's probably about 18 of them kind of scattered throughout, and now they've kind of all huddled together. Some of them are still in cots, somewhat injured, but most of them are kind of back up on their feet, and they've all sort of huddled together amidst the sort of fighting and the immediate aftermath.
Callie, you're the best judge of character here. You want to take this one?
Yeah, I can do that. Callie would she'd go over to the people that are injured first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you walk over and you can see there is a kind of a younger man sort of laid out, mostly bandaged. His head is kind of bandaged, but he is awake and conscious as he sort of rolls up onto an elbow. Hello.
Hi. My name's Callie.
My name is Laro.
I see that you're hurt. Could I help you?
It's mostly broken bones at this point. They have tended to all my open wounds, so now it is just the inside healing. But thank you.
Okay. I'm just going on. I'm wondering if you happen to have seen anything. And I would describe the tiefling woman.
He goes, we were all set together at the back, and the sand kicked up inside the courtyard. I could not see. I had to bury my face. But there was a bit of scrambling and some shouting. And we saw that large bat-like creature. We all sort of ran to hide. And I went underneath the cot. I could see the edge of the pool. It appeared as though someone walked almost from the middle of the courtyard, like they appeared. But then I could not see them beyond there. I'm sorry. I just hid.
Oh, that's helpful. Thank you. I'm glad you're okay. Do you know if you saw anyone here that might have been more likely to see something? Someone who was further out, maybe?
Perhaps Talazo. He is sort of the leader of the group. He was not injured, so he may have seen. He was up near the front, trying to keep everyone together. And there was the priestess who went with the woman who died. The priestess, the pink one, or the light-skinned one. She went into the sacred grove. She was there, so I assume she saw what happened. But beyond that, I don't know.
Thank you. She'd go over to who he pointed out, the leader of that group?
Yeah, Talazo. And you see kind of a tall, olive-skinned woman with like kind of long braided hair. She's holding a large spear, kind of leaning on it. She looks a bit older.
Hi, Talazo?
Yes, that is me.
I'm Callie.
Pleasure to meet you. Fine bit of fighting you were doing there.
Yeah, thank you.
It was impressive.
I heard that I'm looking to see something's happened, and I'm trying to see if we could find if anyone's seen something about the tiefling, and I describe her again.
She goes, I don't know. I did catch someone walking towards the sacred grove. These sort of had light gray skin, large horns curling back. But beyond that, I was more concerned with the goat creatures. The sound was too much. So I had everyone kind of hiding and bracing the doorways on the sides.
Of course, yeah. Could you point out where you saw that horned? The big
Yeah,
hole?
she was walking by the edge of the pool. I'm not sure where she came from. She was not with the other two I saw earlier going there. But I saw her walking about the edge of the pool, and she went into the sacred grove. And that was the last thing I saw before the sand kicked up, and there was more shouting, and I had to go.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Just go-
Yeah.
Mhm. First roll of the night.
Ooh.
22.
22.
Nice.
She seems like she's telling the truth. However, it does seem like she is, you notice she's in pretty good shape
Mhm.
compared to everybody else. And you get the sense that she was maybe not as forthcoming with how she was protecting everyone. You get the sense that she was also maybe hiding herself.
Callie would walk over back to Letters and Yana. I think we should go check out over by the pool.
Over by the pool?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wizard
all right.
Watch.
Wizard Watch. Hell yeah. You want to detect some magic, Yana?
Yeah, baby.
'Cause there's probably
Let's
some
do it.
fucking magic going on here. Also, just as a person who does magic, the person we're looking for may have disguised their person using disguised person. So, like, watch out for disguised person. Anyone who you think might be the person or think you don't think is the person, if you touch them and they don't touch the way they look, then they might not be the person.
You don't.
Let's
Callie would
not
also
believe each other's eyesight. for
Callie
sure.
would also relay the rest of the information that she got from
Yep.
people she talked to.
Cool.
Okay, right on. Let's Wizard Watch that pool.
All right, so you go and investigate by the pool. Make an investigation check.
Hell yeah, baby! Ooh, big money, 24.
24. Okay.
23.
Okay. You search around the pool, and you can see the kind of edge of the pool and the sand around the edge is more or less pristine. Like it doesn't seem to be disturbed in any way. However, you do see a set of footprints that appear to start just back from the edge of the pool where the stairs go down into the water, that traces around the edge and then into the sacred grove.
So
and
do
Letters, you
these-
see it just a hair before spooky season.
Yeah,
just
It's not a competition.
Do these footprints go into the pool or out of the pool?
no, they don't appear. It looks as though they are standing facing towards the back, to where the sacred grove is.
Mhm.
There doesn't seem to be any footsteps leading up to it in the sand in the rest of the courtyard, and you can
So
tell
it's
that
just like
yeah, there
two
is a
planted footprints and then walkie walks.
Mhm. And you can see that there is kind of a fresh layer of like fine sand over everything with the sandstorm that kicked up inside the temple.
Including these footprints.
No, they do
That's
not.
what makes them special.
Yeah.
Copy.
Can Callie take out her camera and take a picture of this so she can just show Neppy the picture?
Kind of with your mind. Yeah, you kind of mark where it is to show her later.
Yana,
I'm
you
going
want
to-
to magic detect this? Maybe teleportation or something?
Yep, I can do that.
Sweet. Nice. I'm going to stay here and make sure no one touches the footprints because
Okay.
CSI,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's that? What's CSI letters?
Crime
CSI
scar
is the-
investigation.
Yeah, the crime scar investigation. The sand giants
course.
that ran the crime scar investigation weren't too literate, but
Mhm.
it sounds better in giant. If you sound in giant, you're like, oh, that's very like respectable, but it sounds pretty fucking dumb in common crime scar investigation. Anyways, they'd investigate scars in the crime. No, that's backwards. God damn it.
I'm gonna ritual cast now.
Yeah,
But-
we should focus. We should focus on what we're doing.
Cool.
All right.
There's a crime happened and I'm a scar.
So you set up the ritual and you cast detect magic, and you do not detect any magic outside of your items on your person, and you do get an essence of divine magic from the pool itself, from the water.
Okay.
So either they didn't use magic or they used the divine magic of the pool that's already here, which is a possibility, but I don't know. There's no external magic.
All right. Yeah. Or the magic is used and gone. Tell you what, I'll stay here, guard the tracks. You go relay this to Neppy. She'll want to know.
Okay.
I'm going to speak to the priestesses, correct?
Okay, yeah.
Also, when we leveled up, I got a different invocation. I switched out one of my invocations. I now have
Whoa.
Eldritch Sight, which
And
means
now
I
you
can
see.
I can see magic.
You can see in the dark, through walls, and magic. Secca.
So as I walk towards the priestesses, like a silver ring appears in my eyes as I cast Detect Magic. Seeing any magic, and I go up and
you detect on all of them kind of a faint aura of divine magic around their holy symbols. And a few of them seem to have some of the more senior priestesses look like they have rings that seem to be emanating like mostly divine magic or I believe abjuration.
It's
protection or healing.
It's healing.
Evocation.
I don't know all the magics.
Tim.
I'm a bad DM.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is Finn still shirtless from when he took his shirt off to cover his face?
I think out of respect. I mean, it's Adam's call, but I think out of respect,
he would have put his shirt back on.
Yeah, it does smell.
But
like
he is pretty sweaty.
milk. It's and he smells
like goat.
No, it doesn't smell like goat milk. He's there. He's cleaned himself. He cleaned himself after his goat milk workout coma.
Gross.
So he's gonna walk up and be like,
most of them are kind of standing next to their quarters,
looking
kind of
looking for illusion magic specifically.
You don't sense any illusion magic.
And I'm aware that I'm looking for a grey tiefling with ram horns. Has that information been passed to me?
No.
Okay. I'll go to the closest priestess.
Okay.
Someone who looks like kind of like important.
Yeah. You see a tiefling, looks to be a similar age to Neppy. She has kind of like dark greenish skin, kind of short, stubby horns, and kind of long black hair.
Mm-hmm. Hi there. My name is Finn Aganis. I was told by the High Priestess that I need to talk to one of your members. I forget her name, but she was described to me as having light gray skin and like ram's horns. Do you know who I'm looking for?
No, I don't. That doesn't ring any bells. No one I know has ram's horns and light skin.
Do you know anyone who has like ram's horns? And
there is one. She's a younger acolyte.
Right.
Nephos.
Nephos?
Nephos.
Nephos. Do you know where I could find her?
Yes, if you go down to the end of the walkway on the right-hand side.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the loss. So I'll head towards Nephos.
You can see she kind of bows her head. You go down to the edge and you see a kind of shorter, stout tiefling woman who does have kind of large ram horns. You can see she has like reddish skin, and she's kind of standing there with her hand on her hip.
Are you Nephos?
Yes, I am.
I was told by someone.
Sorry, who are you?
Sorry, I'm Finn Aganis. I was a part of the people who killed the demons as they came. While I'm talking, I'd like to make a perception check to see if it looks like she's used ash to make her skin gray.
Okay, make a perception check.
That is 28.
You do not see any ash. She looks relatively clean. You can see there's like a bit of kind of just sand debris. But other than that, it doesn't look like you don't see any traces of ash.
Sorry, I was just I was passing through making sure everyone's okay. And I was told that your bravery was quite exceptional doing all of that. So I just thought I'd pop by and say thank you for your help.
down with the children.
No, I know, but that's a very important role, protecting the children, protecting the young ones.
Right.
So I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to thank you for that.
Of course.
Do you know I'm looking for a tiefling? So sorry, all of you are. Excuse me. I'm looking for a priestess, light skin, and light gray skin and large ram's horns. I was told her name, but for the life of me, I can't remember it. Do you happen to know who I'm looking for?
No, as far as I know, I'm the only tiefling with large ram's horns.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone else is safe, right? Everyone else is healthy.
Yes, I believe so.
I'm gonna insight check her because. Oh, why the hell not? That's a 17. That's the second 18 in a row that I've rolled.
She appears to be telling the truth. She seems as you can tell, they're all sort of dealing with the grief of the loss. She seems to be someone who is taking it in a kind of a more abrasive way. She seems kind of annoyed to even be having to answer these questions right now.
I'm sorry. I'll leave you to your grieving. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I don't know if it's appropriate. Go in the goddess's grace, then I'll leave.
She kind of like, thank you. And you can see
he's trying so hard.
She does. She nods her head, kind of like, yes, thank you.
Okay. I'll go look for Neppy. With my eyes of magic looking the entire time.
Yeah, you do not sense any illusion magic while you're here.
Callie would like to. Sorry, I'm also gonna kill my cat pretty soon here.
Whoa.
But Callie wants to go to the courtyard where she was killed, and wants to look to see if she can find any like footprints that are like what's by the pool, like if anything.
So she was killed in the sacred grove. So you head over to the grove.
You want to see some footprints? No one's touched these footprints. I've been watching these footprints. They are pristine.
You can make an investigation check over by the grove.
Investigation. Whoopsie. It's a 17.
17. You look and you can see there, while there is more footprints around this area, you can see and kind of where Hadae was taken out, you can see like footsteps that kind of lead out the other side. You can see that there are a set of footsteps that come back out towards the pool and almost just walk straight into the pool and then seem to disappear.
It's just like, it seemed like they walk into the pool and disappear.
You're not sure if they go into the pool. They just kind of come to the edge and then there's no more kind of in any direction beyond that.
Can I see letters?
Yeah, you can
what's up?
on the edge of the pool.
Callie's gonna go, I'm gonna stay here. There's more footprints, so you stay there.
Okay, you watch those footprints. I'll watch these footprints.
Sounds good.
The footprints move on their own. No, I'm kidding. You're both
the footprints are mimics.
Watching the footprints.
I suppose at this point, Neppy and Kokanee would likely return after the preparations for Hadae. Where's Oftish at this point?
You can see Oftish is she is still in the grove. After she kind of got everybody to their quarters, she's gone back to the grove and is kind of praying quietly at the back.
Okay. I would I'd leave her to her prayers, I think. And I would go back to the group. What do we know? Thank you. Thank you first, before I launch into all that. Thank you for being here and being helpful. This is... Yes. What do we know?
Well, it seems like someone appeared by the pool, ran around, went back to the edge of the pool, and that's about as far as we can track them. You can see the footprints here, undisturbed. You can sort of follow them around there, and then they end over there on the other side of the pool. Couple of the refugees saw something similar. Woman standing by the pool, and then that's about what we got.
Do you tell her about the sandstorm?
What about the sandstorm?
This is Emma asking Sean. Do you?
Yeah. What about the sandstorm? The sandstorm? We were there for the sandstorm. Sorry, do I, Sean Deppner, not know something about the sandstorm?
No. Lennon would know, but the.
Oftish also told you that she seemed to walk into the sandstorm.
Okay, never mind. Oh, my whole computer set up. My leg. I think I might have an idea of who it might be, but we need Valvari. She will know. She will be able to confirm what I think it might be. I think I was right. I think it was a priestess here. I think it was a high priestess. Not me, but another from before. But I think we need to speak to Valvari. I would grab one of the acolytes. Can you bring Valvari, please, if she is willing and able?
Yes, she went back to the archives, but I can see if she will.
No, we will go to her.
Very well.
Thank you. You can let the priestesses and the refugees know that they may return to their dealings. And also, we will need to prepare for a celebration this evening. Please have the summit build a pyre in the grove.
Very well.
And, make sure there is food. Make sure we have enough reeler. And we hold no stops. Everything. It is what she would have wanted.
Very well.
Thank you.
She kind of bows her head.
Nappy, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I told a priestess go in the grace of the goddess. Is that like insensitive? I just don't want to insult anyone at this time.
No, Finnan, that is quite fine.
Okay, I just don't know if it's like your way of saying.
Finnan, not to be rude, but
yeah,
you're human.
Yeah.
And
I'm aware.
You're an Ajnabi.
Is that like outsider?
Yes, it is the infernal word for outsider.
So don't say it?
No.
I'm getting real mixed messages from you here. Because I realize I'm an Ushnabi. Ashnabi.
Yes.
That really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yes. If you spoke infernal. Maybe.
Oh, I know, I bet.
It is because you are new and invoking our ways. You might get some side eyes, but do not take it personally. Well, it'll be fine.
Let's play it safe and I'll just keep my mouth shut. It's usually best.
No, Finnan, be exactly as you are. You are doing just fine.
As he says this, he's going to reach out and squeeze Nevi's hand and be like, I'm really, really sorry.
Thank you. So am I. But she went willingly. So.
At least there's that.
Yes, at least there's that. If you wouldn't mind all.
Of course. Go in the grace of the goddess.
To come see Valvari. I don't wish to be alone right now. Thank you.
So you all head down into the archives beneath the grove, down the same stairwell, kind of dimly lit. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you can see that the large chamber beyond is completely black as you kind of walk in.
Is it like darkness black?
It's not magical darkness. It is just there is no light. So most of you can see.
I think Finn installs dark vision on us.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So yeah, you can all
cast it
see.
each morning. Yeah.
You can see Valvari is hunched over her desk, kind of pouring through scrolls as she can stacking them up. As she almost appears to be speed reading, her hands kind of hovering over the scanning along the scrolls.
Valvari,
Yes.
may I come in?
Yes, please.
I would go in. You all may come, please. So we all go in.
Yep. And you walk up to the desk and you can see she's kind of frantically kind of moving her hands over the scrolls, reading them. Sorry. I find the best distraction is throwing myself into my work.
Valvari, I have one question.
Yes.
I am Nepentha, she with eyes that shine.
Yes.
What was Suspiria's epithet?
Suspiria. Give me a second. She kind of walks through over and pulls out a scroll. I should have this written down for some
Clicks
reason.
open a few tabs.
Over.
She
This
quickly
wasn't-
jumps on Google Docs and she's like, "Give me a second. Give me a second."
I have it here. I just. Yeah, there it is. And she kind of pulls it out. Here it is. Suspiria, she who beckons the sands.
Oh shit.
Why?
You told me yesterday, and we knew that Suspiria, Nebi would turn to the group, she was the high priestess before me 800 years ago.
Yes.
She went to seek the remnants of the Hand of Io.
Yes.
Who do we know that broke the Hand of Io? Velsum.
Oh dear.
He is charming, a lich. He would have the power to keep her alive.
You believe that she would betray us?
Perhaps she had no choice. Perhaps she, like Grixori,
But
was corrupted.
if she is still alive, she has taken part in some kind of undeath.
Yes.
Huh.
Perhaps she's been working for Velsum all along.
Alive, she doesn't serve Nepentha any longer.
No.
No.
The power of the Chained Oblivion, the pull is strong. It has corrupted priestesses here before. The high priestess before Zesperia.
Yes.
Sorry. Murdered
Yes.
here in the temple, in her bed, found with chains embedded in her wrists.
Yes.
What if the same has been of Zesperia? After spoke of chains, scythes on chains. And to arrive in a sandstorm and be gone in a sandstorm.
Did anyone see her?
Half-dish,
What did she look like?
light grey skin, ram horns.
She shows you an image on the scroll of a portrait painted. She kind of slides it across the desk. And it is the very same description.
Fuck.
I believe you are right. This is most troubling indeed. I have much reading to do. I have found a few things that may be of interest to you, though, in my frantic searching. After you mentioned Tharizdun, I was looking for references to seals, and I did come across something.
Yes.
An ancient spell. It is only referenced and incomplete. I believe known to Nepthysicat. It is from a scroll that is one of our most ancient and, by all accounts, is attributed to her. We have no way of proving that, but it is believed to have been written in her hand.
Oh, goddess.
It is a banishment spell.
A banishment.
Incredibly powerful. But, like I said, it is incomplete, and you may need to seek some kind of guidance to be able to channel it. I know you are powerful, but this may be beyond your power. But you may be able to attempt to wield it if you can learn it.
I will give everything. I will do everything in my power. And more. We will find someone.
There is something else. Something I had found a number of months ago, and it seems like it may be fitting in this case. There is another spell that had been lost to the archives, a favorite of a former high priestess, Basolus, she that spins the stars.
Yes.
It is called Bolt of Glory.
Apt.
Yes. You may call upon the power of the starlights. Channel that energy. I believe Hadae wanted to gift it to you personally.
Oh.
But I think it's fitting.
Thank you.
I will show you what I know of the spell.
Yes. Thank you. I would love that. But, yes.
She kind of pulls you over and shows you the kind of writing around the spell and begins to teach you kind of the mechanics of it.
Before doing that, I would just take a moment with Blackwater. I'm going to stay here for a moment and learn some things.
Of course. I hate to stack concern on more concern, but if the last high priest of Nepthysicat is in league with Valsum, that doesn't win Nepthysicat many points with the Matron of Vengeance.
There's little we can do about that. That is a question for later. They are gods. They will sort it out. All I can do is uphold her faith. She has done nothing but show me the way.
We're going after her, right? We're going after this she who arrives with sand. Like, that's number one on the list, right?
I will take the life from her. I will
Okay,
take it.
cool. Good. Just want to make sure we're on the same page about that.
Why would she want to kill Hadae though?
Well, she would have no ties to Hadae. Hadae is... This was 800 years ago. Zesperia left. That was her prophecy. Bind what has been broken.
But what does Hadae have that she can't give us now that she's dead?
I don't know.
This was targeted.
Yes, of course. It was meant to send a message.
Should we take a gander around Hadae's quarters, see if she's got any secrets?
If you do that, take off tissue with you, please.
Of course.
Yeah.
Those will be off tissue's quarters. So.
Letters. Maybe you and I can do that.
Yeah. Yana, you want to come too? 2 wizards is better than 1.
Always.
Callie wants to...
Sorry, you go.
Callie wants to find Clack while everyone's doing their separate.
Okay. You go back up outside and you can see Clack. It takes you a second, but you do find him kind of hanging out in one of the doorways out to the side entrances, kind of sitting alone, just kind of spinning his wand.
She'd like knock on the wall.
Yeah, she kind of looks up. Oh, hey, Callie. Hi. Sorry, I'm just taking a rest. I was a little tired.
Okay, I wanted to check in. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
She's gonna insight check that.
Yeah.
Insight checks left, right, and center.
Insight check your friends. Make sure they're okay.
That's a 25.
Yeah, he rolled a 4 for his deception. He is not okay. He is clearly distraught.
Can I sit?
Yeah, sure.
She's gonna come sit. She's gonna like, so.
I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I had one job, and that was to protect the courtyard, and I failed. I didn't see that person come in, and I feel like it's my fault that Neppy lost someone really close to her.
It's not your fault. No one saw. And who we're talking about is an 800-year-old high priestess of I can't say it.
Nepthisacat?
Yeah.
It's a mouthful. I'm 800 years old, really? Well, that's
saw it.
terrifying.
And I don't think anyone was looking for it.
Yeah, well, I guess I still feel bad.
No one blames you.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying so.
We all really care for you, Clark.
Yeah, I care about you. So hard to do. This would be heartfelt. Yeah, I really care about you guys too. And it's not hard. It's not easy to see you in pain. Oh man. If these eyes could cry.
Stop. Stop. That's too much. That's so sad.
No, it's just Petch can't cry because we don't have a lot of or any water in our body. So,
Callie's gonna. She's. Do you mind if I just sit with you? We can just sit.
That would be really nice.
And Callie's gonna put her arm around him and just like sit with him.
Hey, thanks, Callie. Kind of like rests his head on your knee. Letters and Finnan, you find Oftish also in the courtyard.
And
now.
Yana.
And Yana.
Let's be inclusive.
Out in the courtyard, kind of coordinating some of the priestesses to begin the kind of funeral pyre that is to take place later that evening. She kind of sees you approach.
What do we call her? What? Oh shit, she's here.
You can call me the appointed hand, or just Oftish. It's okay. I know who you are.
Aftish, we, as delicately as we can, we want to see in the quarters of the mother.
Okay. Did Neppy give you permission?
She told us as long as we did it with you.
Okay. Yeah. I is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Secrets.
We worry that this attack on her was not just targeted to send a message, but maybe to rob us of a resource that could be used against Ralston.
Right. Yeah, follow me. She kind of leads you up to the top floor of the temple, kind of around, kind of in the corner near the sacred grove. And you can see she pulls out a key ring and opens the door into the Mother Superior's quarters. Very simple. There is a writing desk on the far side. There's a small hearth and a simple cot. You can see there's like a prayer mat kind of rolled up at the end. And there's a chest kind of on the right-hand side next to a water basin.
Do you two want to check the various accoutrements, and I'll see if there's any things hidden?
Yeah. Do you have the key to this chest?
It's probably open. It's probably just her clothes.
Does it?
It does open. Yep.
Oh, good.
You can see there's a number of robes kind of.
I'm
It's
gonna
usually not that
go
easy.
gaze to see if there's any hidden compartments in it, to see if there's any hidden compartments in her desk, and to see if there's any hidden panels in the wall.
Okay. You do find in the desk, you can see that there is at the bottom, there are 2 drawers, and it looks like there is a third, much smaller drawer at the very bottom on the right-hand side. And as you kind of come around, you see that it just looks like solid wood.
I'll really discreetly find this drawer.
Okay, make a stealth check then. Sneaky boy.
Yes, I am a stealthy boy. That was a natural 20, so 30.
Okay, so you kind of pull out the bottom drawer, and you can see that there is another kind of chamber under, like a drawer underneath, but you have to fully take it out. So you kind of fully gingerly take the bottom drawer out, and you can see there is a leather-bound notebook underneath.
I'll just... Yeah, I'm gonna pocket it, and I'll give.
Aftish kind of looks at you over by the desk. Everything okay?
I'm just checking for anything hidden, and I stand up and I look at letters, and you find anything?
Well, I don't know. I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, you guys can make your investigation checks.
That's another 23 for me.
It's going to be 18 for the kid.
Okay. Yana's all over this. You
Is it
kind of
lower
look
to
through
the
the
ground?
robes,
Is that right?
and you can see that it is a number of kind of like various robes, from very kind of highly ornate ceremonial robes to kind of simple cloaks and things like that, and evening wear. And Yana, you find there is you find kind of, as you're looking along the cot, you can see tucked just underneath, there is a beautiful, like, ornate set of prayer beads that they look to be hand carved from maybe bone. You're not exactly sure. And you also see next to that there is a simple, very much simpler symbol of the Raven Queen, along with a small raven skull kind of tucked in, just kind of hanging down sort of between the wooden walls of the cot and the mattress.
I would not touch either of those, but I would bring Aftish over. Be like, Aftish, I found these, which are maybe yours now. And is this like a usual thing for the Mother Superior to have?
I wouldn't necessarily say usual, but Hadae came to this temple by way of the Raven Queen. She, when she first came here as a child, she was left with that symbol. So she's always kept it close. It held some kind of meaning for her. I'm not sure. She never spoke too much about it, but I knew that she always held a reverence for the Raven Queen. And it was her that continued to try to outreach to any Kenku we came across to bring them into the fold. She took great pride in that. And those prayer beads there are handed down from every Mother Superior. You can see she kind of, like, mentioning that sort of wells up a bit.
I'm sorry to Aftish.
It's okay. It's all just a little fresh.
Of course.
Did you find everything you need?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're all done, I'll lock up.
Of course.
Thank you very, very much.
Do you take the notebook with you?
Yes, I've pocketed it, and once we are out of her, like, earshot, I'm gonna kind of pull Yana and Letters to the side and be like, I did something that might might have been a really shitty thing to do. I found a secret compartment and a journal. I took it because when someone passes, your perception of them it's really important. And when that changes, it can really, really hurt. And I don't want anything in this book to hurt these people here. I just know from experience that when someone dies and what you thought they were maybe isn't true, it's really devastating. So I acted, and if that was really shitty of me, you can tell me. I just feel like they're going through enough.
No, that sounds all right. Oh, all right to me. Yana, you got a problem with that?
As long as we give it to Neppy soon, I'm okay with it.
No, of course. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's written in I'm gonna really open it up. It's written in Infernal.
Yeah.
It's written.
Oh, I know.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
we'll show that to Neppy.
I think if we show it to Neppy, we need this. I might be overreacting. I might just be overthinking things. But if this was hidden for a reason, this could shake Neppy.
Neppy's tough.
I agree.
Here, I think you acted pretty well.
I would, if it's okay, I'd like to give it to her, and I'd like to explain my actions.
Yeah, do your thing.
I would go find.
You go find Neppy.
While all of that's happening,
Mhm.
after how long would it take me to have learned the magic?
She teaches you fairly quickly. You're a little bit rusty from your time training, but
been a while.
Velvare is an excellent teacher, so it doesn't take you much longer than about an hour to kind of learn the mechanics of the spell. And yeah, you gain access to Bolt of Glory.
Wait. See, here it is. Bolt of... Oh, I can't really read it. I'll read it to you guys later if I ever use it. Thanks, Tim. After that, I'm assuming Kokanee would be waiting outside. I don't know.
I mean,
he would have left.
He didn't leave unless you asked him to.
So she would leave the chamber. Thank you for waiting.
No problem. How are you?
Well, my lack of answer to that question should probably say more than anything.
Yeah.
Come, I have something I want to show you.
Take the way.
I would lead him up to the chambers that I had when I was a kid, when I was here.
Sounds good. Yeah. You take him up to the to your high priestess quarters, or the kind of quarters that you grew up in, because you would have had kind of special, although you were fairly young when you took the mantle.
The ones I grew up in.
Okay. So you do go over. There are a few priestesses kind of hanging by the doors. You see some younger acolytes as they kind of look at you and sort of bow their head and just kind of wait, looking down at the ground.
It's all right. Go. It's all right.
All right. And you just kind of walk away.
Mind your prayers.
Of course. Yes, High Priestess. Sorry, High Priestess.
I know we've talked a lot about where we grew up, but I figure I should show you. This is it. This is my room. This is my home. I know it's probably more than you had.
Burn.
weird flex, but okay.
Not meant to be that.
Get dunked on, loser.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
You grew up in a shitty place.
Does it? Yeah. Does
We've
it
been
have
sad for too long.
Does it have a race cart bed?
Yeah.
Do you need to cast
priestess
absorb
that she's
element
leaving is
to
like,
deal with all that
ooh.
burn damage?
It wasn't a burn.
little bit of burn. A little bit of burn.
Fine.
Cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Yeah, all that damage.
Yeah, just on myself. First level cure wounds.
If he showed any
I would
slighting on his face.
I would love to.
Come in. Come take a seat. I haven't even asked you how you are.
Has this room been kept the same since you were?
No, it belongs to an acolyte. You can see there's like personal effects kind of.
It's fine. It's fine. It's like that feeling when you go somewhere that you've been so many times before, but it's not quite the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm worried, obviously, and I mean, this is your sort of question to answer, but we don't know where they are right now, but those who attacked us, but I don't know if we need to go, if there's any rush in trying to go find them, like whether or not they're nearby.
You know what? We should actually go to. I have a larger scrying bowl in my high priestess chambers. That's better. I was gonna come here and scry on her, but this is somebody else's place. It's not my place anymore. Here, come. I'll show you the pomp and circumstance of all of it. Come.
Okay, so as you head out onto the second floor and begin walking towards the high priestess chambers, Neppy, with your passive perception, you clock something for the first time, and kind of everything that's been going on, you've been sort of focused on Hadae and that, but you clock now that it's quite late at night. It's probably about 11, and the amount of light in the sky has not changed. It is still kind of a dim yellow. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Timothy Carlson, you son of a bitch.
Why do you hate us?
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Getting better at it is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't like it. He's getting
I love
really
the
good at the
pressure.
clips.
Thrive on it.
It gives him power, like a lich. Every time he does, like, he's just.
Yeah, because that's how liches work.
Is the big bad.
He thrives
Feed on
our
negative
nervous
emotion.
energy.
Yeah.
He's a cliff lich. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a cliff lich. Every time he puts a cliffhanger,
Cliff
he
lich.
just lives a little longer.
So we're going to be back after a quick break.
Quick break. Don't go anywhere. All of this good D&D stuff will be right here waiting for you.
See you guys soon.
Stay in.
Bye.
So soon. I'll see you in the soon time.
Hello.
Come
Hello, we're
back.
Back.
Thanks
I
for
jumped
sticking
back
around.
in a little early.
Tim
He
came
was
in a little early,
That's
jumped the gun.
me.
I
I was
was
excited.
I was looking at the stream at that point, and I watched your head pop in, and I watched it go, and I was
Oh. That's just for the fans that stuck around through the break. Okay, that one's for you guys.
Just a touch more Tim face.
A little
All right.
something special.
So, right before the break, Neppy, as you walked outside, you could see that the light had not changed, and it was still kind of a dim yellow throughout the sky.
What time is it?
It is about 11 at night.
Co, can you come on the roof with me?
Yeah. Let's go. What's the fastest way up?
Just around this way. And I would take him to like the passageway that I used to climb up on the roof as a kid.
You find a ladder fairly easily, and you're able to kind of scramble up and get to the top.
What do I see? So tell me what I see.
Okay.
There.
So around the temple, you can see there is you can see the sandstorm is still raging in the distance towards the direction of Bakal. And you can see that the light is quite bright in that direction as well. This kind of yellow light that is sort of emanating across the sky, and it seems to be illuminating most of the night sky. And you look kind of behind you, and you can see the light starts to fade a bit, but it still looks to be, as far as you can see to the horizon, it still seems to be light out.
So essentially, there's this giant plume of light coming out of Bakal, or it's just it's emanating out from Bakal and just kind of whoosh.
In that direction. You can't see Bakal, obviously, is very, very far away at this point. But in the direction, you can see that that's where the light, it's almost as if it's sort of sunset, but as if the sun was over there,
right.
Which is not quite
where the sun goes.
Not quite.
Nep, have you ever been to Bakal before?
Yes. I traveled the Trail of Penance and made the journey to Bakal with a caravan when I first left, and then set sail for Wolfar. But that was 2 years ago, at least.
I'm not an expert on maps or exactly where we are right now. We sort of bamfed in here, but I'm pretty sure that where I grew up is right that way.
I think you're right, darling. I think you're very right. I think that though not broken by Velsum's hand or Alamir's hand, they are taking advantage of the next seal being broken, taking the power. I know we will not stay here long before we have to go there. Are you all right with that, going back to Bakal?
Yeah. Frankly, I know that you've been drawn home for some time, that you'd like to come back here, and I'm so glad that I got to see it. And I've been drawn home in different ways, I guess. I mean, it's not home anymore. It hasn't been home for, well, I don't know if it ever was home, but I've been drawn to go there so that I could kill Alamir and Velsum. And I'm so eager to go do that the moment we get the chance.
Well, as long as we are in a bit of a holding pattern with that, if we can give it potentially until a day and a half, if we can go, I would like to give Hadae the rights she deserves, the send-off she deserves. And and then I think we need to go. If you think we can wait that long.
I have absolutely no idea.
Neppy would sit down and dangle her legs over the edge of the roof and just kind of pat the seat next to her.
Kokanee would hop down and plop down beside her.
Scene very reminiscent of your time above the Temple of Cord, shortly before the Battle of Gatestone Keep. So,
I like this. Right here. I like this. As horrible as that sunset is, I like this.
I do too.
I know that you're busy today. And I know that, we have a lot of stuff to do before we go. But do you want to get married right here?
Now?
I mean, probably with our friends here, but yeah.
Yes. I think so.
I'd like that a lot.
Me too.
Right here.
On the roof?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow morning?
Sunrise?
Yeah.
I'll meet you here.
All right. And she would just lean over and kiss him.
He would sort of just nuzzle into her and look at the horrible, horrible sunset.
it doesn't seem to set. It just stays like that.
Gross.
Finnan, who's actively looking for Neppy, would be like stopping acolytes, being like, "Hi, have you seen the High Priestess? Sorry, hi. I can't find her anywhere. I'm actually a little worried at this point."
She was looking in my chambers.
Right. Where can I go to see those?
And she kind of points over. I don't know if she's still in there.
I'll just wander around asking for the High Priestess.
I'm quite tired.
Yeah, no, go to bed.
I mean, I know if I can go to bed. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
She walks by.
I'll walk through like the courtyard. Hi, have you seen the High Priestess?
No, we have. Did you just say Scoozy? Scoozy?
Scoozy. Finnan is no, he's a good boy.
Make an investigation check.
It's a 17 plus intelligence, which is 0, I think. So 17.
Yeah. It takes you a bit of time, but in your kind of looking, you do wander up onto the roof at one point, and you're kind of at the far side, and you can see the two of them, kind of sitting next to each other at the front of the temple.
Finnan, he's gonna.
Oh, how stealthy is he?
Yeah.
Very. So stealthy all of the time.
Okay.
I have a
Good.
plus 10 to stealth. I'm like
Okay.
super sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Neppy would turn around.
Oh, is it weirdly bright for anyone, or is that just me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes me think of something not good. Neppy, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah. Yes. Of course, Finnan. We should probably get back inside. Hey.
I would like to talk to you alone.
Are you all right?
Yeah,
I'll see you guys downstairs.
Thanks, Kokanee.
She would just like take his hand in hers and just kiss it before he leaves.
See you soon.
We looked through Hadae's chamber.
Ah,
And I found a secret compartment that had a journal in it.
a journal. Well, that's
And
not
I-
surprising. We all keep journals.
I took it without Aftish knowing. And I have a reason for that, but if you're mad, you're mad, and that's fine. I'll hand her the journal.
Finnan, I'm not mad.
Sometimes
Finnan, no. I could never be disappointed in you, Finnan.
Thanks, Neppy.
You're welcome. Would you like to know what it says?
No, that's for you. But I also had another thought. I'm of two minds. Hadae's death was either denial for us or a resource for them. The last seal that was broken via death.
Yes.
And the light, the sky, perhaps another seal has been broken.
There was no seal present here at Temple Felinis. But I think I follow what you're saying.
I don't think the seal needed to be present, just needed to be close. And it's fairly close. When I look out at the horizon, where is it really bright?
Right.
I've seen a map or two in my day.
Yes. The sky has been yellow since we left Manta.
Yeah,
But more so now.
And
Perhaps-
following.
Perhaps Hadae's death was the power.
Perhaps. Or perhaps the reason behind her death lies in that journal. I will say, Neppy, I know you're tough and you're so incredibly strong, but things are kept secret for a reason sometimes. And you might not... What you find in that book might not be a pleasant truth to know.
You may very well be right. We all have secrets. I'm sure you have many. I have many. Hadae was allowed her due,
Of course.
and we
With
read
us.
them with the
Reverence.
reverence she deserves. Yes.
Of course. I'm guessing you want to be alone for this.
For a time.
Of course.
Please let Kokoni know he's welcome to whatever chambers he chooses to stay in. Be they.
Oh, I get... No, I get what you're saying, Neppy. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm reading your mail. I'm here for it. It's an expression in... It's an expression in Wolverine when you're like getting someone's vibe. You're reading their mail.
Right. Thank you.
You're reading their mail, of course.
You make me so proud. And I know I've told you this before, and I will keep telling you, because I think you need to hear it. Your mother would be proud. And you are becoming such a wonderful man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It helps that I'm around folk like you.
We wouldn't have it any other way. Someone's got to teach you, right?
Yeah. And someone needs to be around to be able to see in the dark, you know?
Yes.
It's important stuff. You know, I can see magic now.
You can see
I just
magic now.
I can just keep seeing things. It's actually getting a lot. Yeah, which is when it first happened, it was really aggressive because my goggles are magic, and that like very unpleasant from the get go. Like it's kind of like when you put your hand in oily water to get through that first layer of film to get to the water. I gotta kind of get through the glare of all the eye magic.
Finnan,
Yeah.
No.
would you allow me to try and fix your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'll take my goggles off.
No, I can't do it today.
Oh, okay, I know.
No. Keep them off.
No. Sorry, I misread the situation.
No.
I have done that in the past, so that's fine.
No, Finnan, come here.
Oh.
Take off your goggles.
I'm.
I want to take a really good look at his eyes because I know I've done a medicine check on them before.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see, because it's been a while, has anything changed, anything improved? Like, I know a simple cure wounds and a like restoration magic, but that was the sense that I got last time, that like a cure, like curing wounds and a restoration magic would not cut it. But I have access to regenerate now, and I want to try and fix his eyes. I want to try and give him his sight back.
Can you grow limbs?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go fix Kern's arm.
That's
Or
what you
not, but-
think. That's what you think. Make a medicine check.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Oh my god. I think this is my first roll of the night. You know, just a casual 2.5 hours in. It's fine.
Don't scoop out my eyeballs. I mean, you can if you want. They're not doing anything.
Throw him new ones.
Technically, I put your brain back in, so this should be pretty par for the course. Okay. 16 plus 2 is 18 plus 10, 28.
Jeez.
What a fake out. 16 plus 2 plus 10. You take a good look at his eyes, and they appear as they did before. There does not seem to be any kind of healing, like natural healing, that's taken place. The eye does not regenerate, and you are unsure if regenerate will work or not. It is not something that you've ever used before.
Nope.
So your knowledge of sort of regeneration magic is somewhat limited. And even sort of within the temple, you know that the only person that may have been able to do that was Hadae. So it's quite powerful. And you're not sure. You also know, like, from what you do know of regeneration magic, it's usually for a severed limb.
Right.
So the ability to regrow inside of an eyeball, like a cornea and things like that,
Fix them optic nerves, all that good stuff.
You know, it would be, you get a sense it would be difficult.
You also, like, I mean, he doesn't have pupils, which...
There is, like, the anatomy of his eye has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Because he pissed off a mean angel.
As she's doing this, he gets nervous, realizing that, like, he got his hopes up a bit, and maybe it won't work. And he's like, "But listen, like, if it doesn't work, that's fine. I'm getting better at this thing. Remember that time we were walking through the forest and I tagged letters, and I was like, 'You're it,' and then we played blind tag, and I only hit like 3 trees in the course of the day. So that's up. That's good. Those statistics are better."
I think you should ask Relavin about it. I think you should ask the person you follow, and I will do what research I can. And I don't want to do anything that will damage your eyes further, for sure. But
I mean,
if there will be no harm to it, what's the harm in trying?
sure. Unless new eyes like grow under my actual eyes, and that sounds unpleasant. But for you, Neppy, I'm willing to give it a go.
Good. All right.
He puts his goggles back on.
Go talk to Relavin and catch some rest. All right?
Of course. Hey, Neppy, you too.
In time. After some light reading.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh,
Good night.
I'll take off. Good night.
I'm gonna flip through Hade's journal.
Okay. So you do you start kind of at the latest and kind of work your way back, or you start at the very beginning?
You start where you're supposed to start, at the beginning.
Yay.
Okay.
It is a detailed journal of her time at Temple Felinis. It is quite a large journal, and you kind of go through and kind of trace her. It begins at the start of her time as Mother Superior.
Okay.
And you can see one of the things you notice right away that continues on throughout the book. It takes you most of the night to get through the whole thing. But you notice that one of the threads that is woven throughout is that she regularly prayed to the Raven Queen alongside Nemthisicat. She held a deep reverence that she held quite close, and it was quite private. It was never something that she openly showed. You get this. There is mention that she did share some of that with Wisha.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you get the sense that she was also not necessarily ashamed, but it was something secretive that she held to herself, being unsure if it would affect her relationship with Nemthisicat.
Right.
And you find about midway through, she goes through a period of deep questioning around her own faith as she feels pulled away from the temple itself, and she feels the need to seek out what remains of the Raven Queen herself.
Interesting.
As it seems like she did have a strong pull that she was able to suppress and did not seek further. As you get closer, there is a mention of the first time you mentioned Tharizdun to her. And from there, it begins to launch into her own research alongside Vilvari and also privately.
Mm-hmm.
And you find that she had begun to try and recreate the spell Power Word Banish.
Power Word Banish. Wow.
And she had taken it upon herself to privately try and to find the rest of the spell. And the way she was doing that, because she was bound to the temple, is that she was regularly trying to implore Nemthisicat to give her the answer to fill in the rest. And that's many, many, many months of prayer. And she did not find the answer that she sought from Nemthisicat.
Right.
But she did get farther along in the development of the spell, so you do learn a bit more about the spell Power Word Banish, and you realize that it was outside of her ability, but she believed in the right circumstances she could channel it, but she didn't know at what cost that would come, and she also. Like I said, she was not able to finish the spell, so she was unaware of its full capability.
If we're talking on like a percentage completeness of this spell, what is it? Do I have a sense of
She was probably about 80%. She got quite a bit of the way, and the spell that you found, what Velvari gave you, was already about 60%. It gave you quite a blueprint, but there is an element that seems to be missing, because it deals with this particular spell deals with banishment in such an immediate way that there is a divine component that comes along with it that seems to have been withheld from the original text. And even Hadae, that's sort of the component she was getting hung up on, where she was pleading with Nemthisicat to give her that divine component, and she was not able to get that answer.
Okay. Anything near the end about how she was faring, how she was like, anything like that? Anything she was worried about?
She appears to be worried about the sort of growing threat and being aware of the history with Tharizdun and the temple. You can tell that became her kind of singular focus towards the end, was finding a way to combat this, and
Right.
she sought it through this particular spell.
Okay. About what time is it?
It's probably about 4 a.m. by the time you finish.
Cool.
It
What
is
time's sunrise?
probably about 5:30.
Cool.
The light has not changed. It's still
Okay.
that kind of, but yeah, you can just start to get that early kind of pre-dawn sense.
Neppy is going to do a truncated version of her early morning prayers. She's going to wander down to the kitchens and she's going to put on a big pot of coffee because she hasn't had coffee since because in my mind she took coffee with her from Felinis and she used the last of it. In my mind, like when they were in Alderwood, up all night tending to the people in the Alderdon, and healing people there. So she just pours herself a huge cup of coffee.
Yep.
And she goes up to her room to get ready to get married, I guess.
Okay, so you do not take a rest?
Not yet. No.
Okay, so you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
That's how you want to spend your wedding.
Just bleary-eyed.
Fucking just like,
guys, Neppy's gonna look great. Don't even worry about it.
But you do notice as you go back, the funeral pyre has been prepared.
Okay.
And they're sort of waiting on your go ahead off dishes as kind of catches you as you're going up. It also looks like she has spent most of the night awake.
Ish.
Hey, Penny. So, I think everything's in order.
Good. We will do the ceremony, perhaps at the equivalent of dusk this evening.
Sounds good.
We'll have the celebration afterwards, as planned.
I have an idea to deal with this fucking sky.
Well, what do you propose?
Something that Hadae taught me how to do. I can make it look like the night sky.
That would be wonderful. I think that would be perfect. Inside? That's perfect.
Over the pool.
That's great. The Yemak Bida will be beautiful in the light. She wanted you to take the mantle.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I always knew, but...
You are the hand.
Yeah. Just never really felt like it was ever going to happen. I always thought I'd die before Hadae.
I'm going to name you tonight.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We will do the funeral rites, and I will name you, and then we will proceed with the cremation, as we all do every time, and then we celebrate.
Hey, I knew this day would probably come. I always thought I'd be older, and in better circumstances, but I'm glad you're here and that we get to share this.
Oh, Tish, I'm so happy to be here, even with everything. To know that I could see her go. That's more of a comfort than I could ever say. What are you doing in about an hour and a half?
Honestly, I was going to go get some coffee and maybe close my eyes.
I think I'm getting married.
What? What? Are you serious? Is that allowed? That's allowed. Is that allowed? It's never.
I'm the high priestess.
That's true. I guess you sort of
make the rules.
I mean, she makes the rules.
Yes.
But I don't think there's a rule against it.
No, there isn't. Trust me, I looked.
I was gonna say that was a quick answer. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
To Kokanee, right?
Yes.
It's pretty obvious.
I know. I'm shit at hiding things.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Can I come?
That's why I was inviting you.
I know.
Actually, if I haven't asked Kokanee, perhaps I should, but I don't think he would mind. Would you marry us?
I mean,
anything.
No, I can. I don't know I don't know the first thing about a marriage ritual, but
then we are writing the first one.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. We are priestesses of a goddess of life and death.
I know.
Why don't you ask Callie?
That's a good point. I married her. And
I think
no.
our goddess is much more in line with the spirit of marriage than ours.
All right. Well, I've heard a lot about marriage, and I've been to one, so.
I'll be there.
Been to one marriage.
I think it's called a wedding ceremony.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's a wedding.
I wrote one. Apparently, it was quite nice. I was nervous. Yes. Well, I'm going to put Callie on the spot, and she will hate that.
Yeah, she fucking will.
Len will too.
But I'm going to go get dressed, I think.
Get dressed too.
All right.
Hey.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
How many days did you write up Callie and Kamaya's wedding?
It took me 3.5 weeks to write your wedding ceremony.
Don't worry, Len. Do it on the spot. Just casually on the spot. Off the dome.
I would want to go talk to Yana, and then Letters, and then Finn.
Get fucked, loser.
All right, so you go and find Yana.
Where is she, Yana?
That's a good question. She's probably not asleep. She's probably up reading in like a common area.
Has anyone rested? Have you all not rested?
Tim, I want to say that
I fucking went to bed.
I want to say that Callie and Clack fell asleep where they were sitting.
100%. You guys fell asleep.
Yana probably fell asleep reading a book, but not for long.
Cookie would just come in and sort of lightly knock.
Hello? Who is it?
Hi, it's me.
I know. Come on.
It's me,
Come on
Kokanee Buckwild.
I know your full name, but we've been friends for years.
I walked in. So like I don't know how to say this. I think I'm getting married in about an hour.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's exciting.
I don't know. It seems like the right time. I think the time where you decide that you should be married is when you come to a realization sitting on a roof that you just don't want to not be married anymore. But
Kind of
I
on
mean,
brand for you guys.
yeah, we seem to plan out most other things in our lives except for this. I have something to ask you though.
Mm-hmm. What do you need?
You're like the only, I mean, you and Neppy are the only ones who really know sort of the whole story about everything that's happened to me, my family, my lack thereof, my life. And I don't know that much about weddings. I've been to one. And I'm like not sure. I'm sure Neppy did like good research, but that's her first, and so like she could have made like some big errors and nobody would have I wouldn't have known.
She did pretty well from my experience.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. But I wanted to know if you would walk me down the aisle.
Of course, bud.
You're the closest thing to family that I got.
We're all your family.
I know.
I'm kind of like your mom, if you really think about it.
Sure.
I'm older than you.
You are.
I look out for you.
True.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I would give her a big, spooky hug. Yeah. Get over here. Give her a big hug. And then I'd be like, okay, I gotta go. I got like an hour.
Yeah, can I help with anything else?
No, I think I know someone
sure?
who can help us out with that. I think.
Are you gonna wear
okay.
one of your 2 shirts?
Yeah, they're great shirts.
They're really great shirts. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Yeah, you do your thing.
Okay, I gotta go. See you.
Okay, bye.
See you on the roof in an hour.
I'll be there.
All right, so you head down to Letter's quarters.
Yeah. Okay, Letters. I just like go right in. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know,
sorry,
and I heard that time that Finnan woke you up and you were really angry and all that. So like, I'm super sorry, but
Oh, fuck.
I'm getting married in like an hour.
Oh, to who?
Neppy.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know how to put on a wedding. Like what like I don't know. You seem like a party planner as far as I can tell.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I do.
Cool. Great.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're getting married to Neppy, do you want a reverent wedding or do you want a fucking wedding?
Okay, how about this? Up until I get married,
Yeah.
I'd like a reverent wedding.
Mm.
And then the moment I get married, I would like a wedding.
Okay. Just keep like cure wounds on hand, and I think I can make that work.
Okay.
Cool. Holy fuck, this is exciting.
I know.
Oh my god. We thought you guys might have gotten married all secret like. Because you guys are kind of shifty about your romantic relations. In like an hour? Oh, great.
Yeah, like 5:30ish. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you know where Finnan is, and do you know where Clack is?
Yeah, I meant to tuck Clack in, but he was snuggled into Callie, so I just let him be. I think Finnan is walking around the grounds looking at magical things. He can see magical. He can see magic and through magical darkness now. So I wonder if he looks at magical darkness, do they overlap and does it become opaque? Anyways, he's sort of testing that out.
Okay.
And
Okay.
really, I'm of the mind that magic is everywhere if you choose to see it, but that's more in a figurative, non-arcane way.
Yeah, that's super beautiful. We got like an hour.
Oh,
so
fuck, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like a servant's quarters in this place, or
No.
Not really. No, you
Okay.
haven't seen
I'm
any
just gonna
servants.
start strutting down because I know what acolytes look like. They have a sort of diminutive walk, and just whoever's up, I'm just gonna be like, you, Mother Superior, you're enlisted into service. I'm gonna need as many cans of just flammable things just at the ready. If they have any gunpowders or just oils, that's great.
They would have some oils that you could use.
Exquisite. I'm gonna need those fucked up wagons that we never did anything with.
Yeah, you talk to the nomads as well, and they're able to scrounge up some.
What do the nomads have? Do they have some like squeaky like desert hooch that we can get involved in?
They do have alcohol.
Nice.
That they've been able to salvage from their carts.
Are there any bards in their party?
You find there is one who looks to be kind of tootling around on like a little pan flute.
Exquisite.
What about the goat milk? Do they have lots of goat milk?
Yeah,
It's not a wedding without tons of goat milk.
Lots of goat milk.
Adam, they also have oat milk just for you.
Yeah. You also see that that very same music player that has the pan flute also seems to have a small set of drums kind of hanging off a back, like a back strap.
Exquisite. For the purposes of time, I would love to enlist him, but I'd love to play that out, but I feel like we got to keep moving along.
No, what would you like, my friend?
Oh, yes. Excuse me, sir. Dude, do you flute?
Yes?
Do you flute?
Of course I flute. Please.
Yeah, I could tell. You look and sound like a flautist.
I have heard that many times.
Yeah, I bet.
Thank you.
You do weddings?
I have done a few wedding ceremonies in my past. Yes, of course.
You want to get turned up? You want to go hard?
Turned up?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this phrase, but the way you say it, I like it.
Hey, you consider yourself like a showman?
I believe that performance called to me.
Great.
I was
You want to
chosen.
put on the most explosive performance of your life?
Nothing would please me more in this time of uncertainty.
Oh, great. Okay, how loud can you make that thing? Can you fucking blare it?
Pretty loud, yeah.
Okay, great. Do you have anyone in town who you like to have played that drum? Because I got a little guy who's really good at the drum who I feel like could really turn up with you.
Honestly, I play both.
You played both at the same time?
Not at the same time, but I am capable of playing both. My partner was killed when we were making our way here, fleeing.
Oh, wow, that's tragic.
No, it's very sad, but it's okay.
Well,
but if you have a little friend that plays the bongos.
He plays the bongos unbelievably. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to set you guys over here and whisper. It'll be a surprise for the event.
Very well.
Also, you like money? Because, like, you
love money.
Paid. Yeah,
you must pay 10. Me. I will not do this for free.
Here's 10 gold. How's that?
That is not enough.
What?
That is not enough.
Oh, dude, you know what you're worth, and I love that. Here's 20.
Very well.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Kato.
Kato. Oh, Kato is okay. All right. All right, great. Come here. You, Acolyte, come with me.
Okay.
On the High Priestess orders, whatever you're doing, drop it. It's not as important.
Make a persuasion check.
She may be preparing for a funeral.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
That's going to be at sundown. This is happening right
Sunrise.
now. Yeah, most people have the funeral first, but that's fine.
Persuasion is just a 12.
Because no, we have a ceremony to conduct tonight.
That's what I'm saying. We have a ceremony this morning. You have been briefed. I'm briefing you.
I
listen.
No.
I'm gonna need to speak to you directly. This is the first wedding in your fucking religious cult's history. It's gonna be off the chain, and you get the opportunity to be a part of it.
And she just walks away.
Okay, you're not invited. There's a thing called cake. You probably haven't heard of it. You won't get it. Kato, you know what cake is, right?
Yes, of course, I know what cake is.
You got
It's divine.
Here's 10 gold.
I'm a man who
Oh my
loves
God,
sweets.
I'm dead.
For fuck's sake.
Kato, can you get somebody in your refugee caravan to make some cake?
Honestly, we probably do not have the supplies to make cake, but
Is it the
will
lack
do.
of an oven? Because I can take care of that.
That is part of it, but also
Oh my
supplies of flour. But I will look. I will look.
Okay, whatever you can drum up. Here's another 10 gold. That one's just for you.
Bless
That's
you.
40 all in.
Thank you.
And I'm going to end that scene because I can keep going. But
And you do find Clack kind of nestled in with Callie.
I would want to talk to Finn and Super.
Oh, yeah. Finn first.
I don't know. How do I find Finnan?
Shirtless doing push-ups.
Jug of
hey.
goat milk.
Hey, Finn.
89.
I figured
Nope.
I figured I'd find you like that.
Yeah, hi.
How's it going?
It's good. I was just about to hit my 100, but that's fine. I don't mind being interrupted. What's up?
Yeah. So I am getting married in an hour.
What?
Yeah.
That was a very casual way of saying that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I just I don't know. I don't think there's a way to say it.
Spur of the moment, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like the right time.
Fair enough. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, you wanted to test me and you hit me, and then I hit you with a bunch of cold damage because of my spells.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get along super well.
I mean, I thought you were pretty neat. I don't think you liked me.
I didn't like you very much.
No, I'm aware of that.
And then you remember when you sent me back from the Earth Elemental plane alone?
I mean, yes, of course I remember that. That was like a very shameful moment in my life where I stuck everyone in the elemental plane, stranded them all except for you, and then we came back and you were like almost dead for some reason. Yeah, no, that sits on me on a daily basis.
I didn't like you very much then either.
I can only assume this. I feel like you're kind of 1-2 punching me here with a little like good news, hey fuck yourself kind of deal. And is there a nice part of this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was the next part.
Oh, so I fucked it up then. I'm sorry again.
No, it's
cool.
Number 3.
If you want to insult me one more time first, just to even it out, I'm cool with that.
No, this is fine. You've grown a lot from that kid who showed up.
I've heard that a lot tonight.
And you're not that kid anymore. And I think I've grown a lot as well. But I'm really proud of you for I know exactly what it's like to have no idea what the gods are doing and have thrust upon you that you're going to try your best to be the best you can be without any idea of how to do that. And you've done great.
Thanks.
I was wondering if you would be my best man.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Kokanee. I'd love to. It'd be an honor.
Did Matthew's camera freeze?
I don't know. It's really silent.
It's really silent.
Oh,
what a
God.
moment.
Just like
Are we just
perfectly
locked?
still.
Locked eyes?
Oh no, Matthew!
if Matthew's just committing to a bit hard,
Oh God! Thank God he's back.
What an absolute...
Oh no!
The tension. The tension.
The tension. Oh.
Absolute what, Matt? Absolute what?
Oh no.
Boys in and
Oh my
out.
fucking god, what's going on?
Oh, there he is.
Are you back?
Oh, I think so. Hi. Am I back?
Yeah,
Okay.
you seem back.
You're being
Ugh.
too wholesome in your internet.
What a
setup.
terrible time.
Well, we locked eyes
about
for a
to end
really
it on
long
that
time there. Oh,
Just
we
gonna-
that was an intense moment.
Well, I never heard your answer. I just had a quick brain freeze right there.
Oh, what? That sullies it a little bit. Yeah, no, I said yeah. I'd love to. It'd be a real honor.
Thanks, Finan.
Hey, while you were just staring at me blankly, I kind of had this idea. It's dumb. Where are you getting married?
The roof.
Okay, I can work with that. I have an idea for something. Just
Fantastic.
it's just dumb. It's dumb. It'll be dumb. Never mind.
No. Finan,
Yeah.
whatever it is, I want to see it.
Okay.
And I'll reach my hand out and like grab his forearm if it reaches out to me.
Yeah. I'll
And then
fucking
I'll-
beast
and then I'll-
master handshake him.
Pull it into a big hug.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too. And then I'm gonna go find Clack because I got an hour
Okay, so yeah,
and I
you
got
find-
work to do.
You find Clack and Callie kind of just coming out of sleep down in the courtyard.
Clack, I need your help. Come quickly.
Oh, what is it? Do you need this? And he holds up his wand. I'm ready. I'm not gonna. I'm
Honestly,
ready this
dude.
time.
Honestly, dude, I might. Let's go.
Okay, whatever you say. I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're not gonna use the wand of wonder for your wedding ceremony. That's so dangerous.
I'm Tim. I'm super happy to leave it with that for what I'm gonna do with Clack.
Okay, great.
I would have sent a quick message to Kokanee after I talked with Oftish about Callie marrying us. Very quickly, I would have been like, "What do you think about Callie marrying us? Or did you have another idea?"
I mean, whatever. Sorry. Hi, it's me, Kokanee Buckwild. I am in whatever.
Oh no!
He's freezing.
You can't get married if you're frozen. That's the law.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
law.
Tim, stop casting cone of cold on Kokanee. It's not fair.
I can't help
That's
it.
rude.
I can't
It's all
help
about
it.
consent.
Can't help it.
I'm gonna send Matthew a message
Yeah.
because I think he might be streaming something.
Oh no.
Or he might be
Oh,
like
no.
watching our stream.
Oh no. Turn off
Oh,
your turn
that'll
off
do.
your
He's
You
probably
can't
turned it off.
Vanity.
He's having problems.
Vanity.
True, he's a smart boy.
He's a smart boy.
Would a smart boy freeze?
That's true.
Callie, you just hear as they run off, you hear Clack going, I mean, I could do a lot of stuff. I could, I'm not just the wand. Yeah, I can do that for sure. We're gonna need some help with that.
He's back.
His voice is just kind of echoing through
you-
the chamber.
Fucking
Did
serious.
Clack
Okay,
say
wait,
anything
let's-
about a wedding at that point?
No,
Anything?
he
No.
hasn't.
So you were in the middle of casting your sending back to me.
You did
Yeah.
hear him say.
Yeah.
You did hear him say, "To who?"
Yeah. It's your choice. I'm very happy to have Callie marry us. We also are the high priests of both of our own religions. So, I mean, we could marry each other. Whatever
It's like
you want.
marriageception. Wow.
I cast him again one more time. I mean, I've only been to one wedding. Can we do that?
Hi, it's me, talking about again, just to be clear. Yeah.
Well, we'll wing it then. Okay. Neppy would tootle off and go get dressed, whatever that looks like.
Landon,
Okay.
you're off the hook.
Callie still doesn't know that anyone's getting married. She's gonna fucking stay in the
Actually-
courtyard.
Tell her.
Fuck all you guys.
Go find Kokanee and be like, Kokanee, sorry, one thought. You know, like best man's job. There's lots of stuff to do.
Clack is hauling a bunch of stones into kind of a small, like almost looks like a little oven.
Yeah, what can I do for you, buddy?
Listen, I love your shirts. Your shirts are wonderful. But you know how you actually, how did you get dressed? How were you dressed at Callie's wedding? Were you dressed up or were you just simple shirt?
Do you want me to read what I have in the book?
Yeah, what did Matthew draw? Read.
To be clear, just why don't we find some notes?
Kokanee was wearing white and gold. He was wearing like a long, like white kind of tunic-esque top with like a more like ceremonial version of his jacket over like kind of lighter tan linen pants. So like what he normally wears, but fancy.
Okay. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and be like, listen, I love your look. It's classic. But I think for tonight, or this morning, I'm going to cast Seeming so that it looks like he's wearing that outfit. And then I'll cast Mask of Many Faces so it looks like I'm wearing my outfit from Callie's wedding.
What about mine?
Look at us go.
I can include him in...
Do you remember?
I include
What was
him
I
in
wearing,
Seeming.
Finnan?
You were wearing...
Uh-huh.
Do you want what the book
Yes,
said?
please, God, help me.
Do not tell him.
No, come on.
Do not tell him.
You were wearing...
I know what he was wearing, but
Yeah.
You
I
were
don't
wearing...
know.
We
It's
were
a
all
wedding.
message it to
wearing
me,
the
guys.
same thing. We were all wearing the same thing. You
Ian
remember
Letters-
this.
Yeah, come
There's
on.
a
I know exactly
visual
what it is.
aid.
Yep.
Yes, you were wearing... Right. You were
Yes.
wearing a sleeveless tuxedo, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
As
Yeah,
all
and it
the
was a great
Gravel
look. And
Boys were.
if you look at yourself now, you are again.
Oh.
I need to go find Letters because he needs to be in this as well. And I'm gonna go wander off.
Sure.
Letters, I'm casting a spell on you. Thank you.
One second, I gotta talk to Clack.
I'm gonna cast, as I pass him, just cast Seeming on him so he looks like he's got the tuxedo.
Someone who
nice
has-
try, buddy. And I cast Disguise Self and make myself look back like me.
As someone
I
who
talk
has
to Clack?
planned a wedding, this Blackwater is probably the most effective and also least effective wedding planners I have ever seen ever.
It checks out.
Great, and I'm living.
One of
for
us
it.
still doesn't know there's a wedding.
Yep.
Clack, it's bongo time. You ready to go or are you busy?
Callie, you hear that as Letters runs by you, like in a
Can I?
sleeveless tuxedo, which you recognize, and then back into his own robes as he runs by you, yelling this.
I would have at some point messaged Neppy and been like, I'm super busy getting ready for this. Hi, it's me, Kokanee Buckwild. I've talked to Finnan and Letters and Deanna. Can you talk to Calliope super quickly?
Yes.
You have time?
Of course.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
I love the magic texting.
I would walk down to find Callie, and I would have a big mug of coffee in my hand.
I love coffee.
Callie, do you have a moment?
Yeah.
Have you ever had coffee before?
Would Callie have had coffee before?
Yeah, you've had coffee before. Yeah.
This might be the best cup of coffee you'll ever have. The beans here are quite something.
They're very good.
Is it coffee luau?
It's like the best.
The poop coffee?
No.
It's
The
the
poop coffee
soil
is
is
great.
infused with cremated ashes, so it's like people coffee.
People
That's
coffee.
worse than coffee luau.
And it
It's
tastes
delicious.
so good.
So good. It's
Coffee
very
doesn't taste
cultured, you know. Kelly, Kokanee and I are getting married in about an hour.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, well, first we'd like to have you there, obviously, of course. It'll be on the roof in about an hour.
Mhm.
Now, I know I might be putting you on the spot, but I want to leave it up to you. Kokoni and I had an idea of, Kokoni had the idea. Actually, I know nothing about weddings, so I'm learning as I go. That because we're the high priests of our religion, perhaps we can just marry ourselves. But would you say something in our ceremony that would mean so much to me?
Yeah, where in the ceremony? I've never...
Maybe, I don't know, first, last? You've probably been to more weddings than I have.
I have only been to my own wedding.
Oh, so we're in this together. Good. Both
Definitely
of us have
crashed some post weddings.
Yeah, like the parties, but
Yeah,
not like
oh,
the
yeah,
ceremony.
yeah.
If there is anything of your goddess that speaks to you, anything like that, that would be so meaningful for us. Yes, I'm not going to put the whole ceremony on you. I think.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Kokoni and I can figure that out as we figured out everything else. But it would mean so much to me if you said something. Whatever you think is important and right and fitting. In like an hour. So.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to go get dressed. I don't quite know what to wear. I have some robes that are very ceremonial, so, but I'd like to look nice. May I have a bit of help?
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you want help?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh gosh, yes, please. Here, come, I'll show you my quarters. And I take her
All
to
right.
my...
So you head back and begin to prepare. As you all kind of gather, Kokoni, you finish what you're doing with Clack, and just in the nick of time, as you kind of like are keeping track of how much time is passing, as you all kind of make your way up to the roof. You kind of arrive there before Nepi. And you are all kind of standing there waiting as Nepi comes up to the roof, climbs up the roof with Callie as well as Tish, Moff Tish. And you see her kind of standing there amongst this beautiful kind of eerie yellow glow at the moment as the sun is also rising. So some of that yellow is kind of dispersed amongst the natural sunlight that's coming through. And for a moment, you get a respite from that eerie yellow light as it fully illuminates her coming up from down below in all her splendor. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Wait, can I, because as she was walking up,
Yeah.
Finn would look at Kokoni and go, can I do the thing now? And he's gonna start singing.
Go for it. Sing us out, Finnan.
Under the dawn's light, beneath the moon, here we all gather to join these two. A moment romantic, high up above. We're here for a wedding on this rooftop of love.
All right, and that's where we're gonna end it.
I'm Lucas, everybody.
Well done.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so full of feelings. Thank you so
Sash.
much to everyone who's hung in with us and watched to the end. We love you all so much. This is such a cool thing that we're doing, and we're figuring stuff out as we go along, and we're so happy that you're along for the ride with us. So thank you to all of you who tuned in. It means more than we could ever say. So,
and everyone who subscribed tonight, that was really awesome. Thank you guys. Every little bit counts. Yeah.
Please share it with your dads. Get your dads
share it with
to
your
any
dads.
parental,
Share it
any
with your
parental
dads.
person,
Mhm.
any
Mhm.
parental figures that you have.
We are playing Saturday night at 8:00, same place.
Getting
Bring
married.
your dads also were getting married.
Dads. Bring your dads to our wedding.
Bring your
Bring your
dads to
dads.
the wedding.
Bring your dads to our wedding.
And then a funeral. And then a funeral.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
Just
They
one
made a
wedding.
movie
and
about it, Tim. What are you going on about? 4 weddings and a funeral. Come on, bud.
This will be
Yeah,
enough
fun.
wedding for 4 weddings, so it'll be fine.
With letters involved.
We got
All
some
right.
weird traditions in the Scar. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, have a good night, you
All right.
guys.
Love you all. You're
Love you
wonderful.
all. Take
Yeah.
care. Good night.